Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stretch the Sketch, which I'm combining with Around the World in 30 Days. I'm using more kawaii photos and I am stretching a single page template. We're using a digi template today for our inspiration. It is from Salin Studios or Salin Studios. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's from June of 2013, so it's quite old. But you know what? Sketches, it doesn't matter if it's old or templates, whichever way you tend to use them, if you're a digi scrapper or a hybrid scrapper or just a traditional paper scrapbooker. They never really go out of style. You can always gain some sort of inspiration from those sketches and templates. So what Stretch the Sketch is, if you are not familiar with it, it is we take a 12 by 12 sketch every month and we stretch it or shrink it to a different size. We cannot use a 12 by 12, so it has to be shrunk down or made larger. So today I'm doing a double page layout because I have so many photos that I want to use. I've actually got 7 photos here and they are mostly 4 by 6, but I did trim 2 of them down to be about 4 by 4. I actually did trim the 4 by 6s down by about 1/4 to 1/2 inch each. Just to give myself a little bit of extra real estate. You still get all of the details from the photos, so I didn't really cut off anything that was of major importance. And those 2 that I cut down to 4 by 4s, it was a lot of black space along the edges because we are actually inside a sea cave on a, like, I want to say it's like a 40-foot catamaran type boat. And it's not a sailing boat, it's a motorized boat, so it doesn't have like a tall sail or anything, but it does have a flybridge on it, so it is pretty tall, and you can actually catch the side of the boat in the second photo down on the right hand side. That is the side of the boat. So we are inside that sea cave and headed back out before the tide comes in and we can't get out. It was a tour we did on Kauai and it was my absolute favorite part of the entire trip because I love the ocean. I love being on boats. I love the way that it feels. I love the wind in my hair when it's moving fast. I love being able to just jump in the water and get wet and then hop back off if you're warm. It's just so much fun. So I highly recommend this type of a tour. We did it from the northern end of the island, which normally the tours go out of the southern end. But we did it up in the northern area, not too far from Princeville. And it took us around to the Nepali coast, which is really only accessible via boat or helicopter or a very strenuous extreme level of hike, which I'm not doing, so the boat was the best way to do it for us. They do have several levels of how of these tours. Like this one was like pretty tame because we're on a boat, there's seats and everything like that, but they do have it where you can take an inflatable and go out there and you can go into the smaller caves, and certain times of the year they'll let you out of the boat and you can swim in the caves and all that. We didn't get to do the swimming in the caves. We did snorkeling outside of the caves at a different beach, but we didn't take the most adventuresome cruise or trip, but it's okay. We still had a great time. And sometimes, that's what you want to do. You don't want to just wear yourself out and make it the hardest, type of excursion, because in those inflatables, there's no back support or anything like that. And you're, out there bouncing around in the ocean for more than an hour. So, yeah, we kept it kind of simple. We really enjoyed it. So enough about the photos. I have cut a bunch of strips of paper in varying sizes and lengths, and to be very honest with you, I did not measure any of them. And I'm staggering them vertically. In the sketch, it has them horizontally, and because I have 3 photos that are portrait, if I were to put them across the center and with those strips horizontally, it would have covered up almost in everything that was in the center behind the photos. So I decided to switch it and make it go vertically for all those strips. And then on the opposite side, because my photos are stacked, I am going to actually do those just like the sketch. So they will be horizontal strips. I'm going to use the exact same papers using the exact same method of not measuring and just trimming. In fact, I didn't even measure to see that those pieces that I am piecemealing together are the same width, but you really can't tell because they are tucked under another piece of paper next to them. So you really can't tell between the photos being layered on top and the other pieces of paper right on top. And as you can see here, some of them I got almost the exact same length as each other, but I'm just staggering them back and forth, so it doesn't matter a whole lot if they are the exact same length in across, as long as you can kind of stagger them. And that was kind of the thing that I really wanted, that flow, the look of the movement of the papers going down. If they're all lined up, you don't have that kind of feeling of movement. And so I really like the way that it looks. And I'm just using my liquid glue because my liquid glue will just hold it down, and I can kind of shift them around a little bit. If I were to use my ATG, once it's stuck on there, it is stuck on there and there is no moving it around. Well, you can peel it off, but you can't just shift it around and slide it like I am doing here. You can see when I put this underneath, I kind of slide it around to match up with the other piece of paper. And the ATG doesn't allow for that. So the liquid glue works great. It doesn't take a very much liquid glue to adhere them to each other. And so it was like the perfect choice. I am backing everything with white photo mats, and I'm really liking the way that this is looking. Inside one of those caves, so that bottom photo is the inside of the cave, and it had a hole in the top of the cave where the water would come up and a waterfall would come inside. And so it was really kind of cool. It was really neat looking. And so there's a photo of my husband on the leftmost photo. You can see him on the boat with the waterfall behind him. And I know it's a little bit hard to see because of the glare, but basically the middle photo on the left-hand side is the same thing without him in the photo. So it was really pretty cool. We really had a great time and enjoyed that tour. These wood veneer pieces are super thin. They are, I don't even know how thin, like a 1/16 of an inch or something ridiculous. But they are from Color Cast Designs, and I've been waiting to use these on a layout for some time. I really like the addition of the wood grain because I've got all of these different colors going on with these papers in the background and different patterns and motifs. So I thought I'd bring in a wood grain to kind of just settle your eye and give your eye kind of like a place to rest. It's not really like white space, but it just draws your eye to the wood grain, and I like the way that it looks. There's the two round ones are a little bit darker than the others, and they've all got like either waves or oceany beach scenes on them, and you'll see those better in the close-ups. I do realize the darker ones are harder to see, but they'll be available in the close-ups at the end of this video. And then I found this card in the Fifth and Monaco collection. I think both of these are from Fifth and Monaco, and I am just inking them up with black. I did ink up all of those strips of paper with black as well, and then I am going to fussy cut out some leaves to create my little embellishment clusters. While I do that, I will remind you about the 2 hops that I'm participating in today. Links are down below of everyone playing along, so go and check them out. There will be 2 separate lists, one for Stretch to Sketch and one for Around the World in 30 Days. And that one is pretty much all travel or staycation related. So different little adventures here and there. So go and check out what everyone's doing for Around the World in 30 Days as well. If you're looking for inspiration in different sizes other than 12 by 12s, Stretch to Sketch is your place to go, because that is what we do. You'll see some traveler's notebooks possibly, or 6 by 8s, or even down to the size of a card. I do have a playlist on my channel if you're interested in it for all of my videos, and I've done all the way from card size all the way up to double page, and maybe double page with a 6 by 12 insert in it. So yeah, go and check it out. let's see here. The olivey colored leaves there, those are a product that I had printed for this particular trip. I just printed off a bunch of flowers and a bunch of foliage, and then the other ones that are kind of like a gradient color, those are ones that I stamped and fussy cut. And the stamp is a really old stamp from Ink Road Stamps, and I think I got it in a swag bag. So I don't believe it's available any longer, but there are a lot of stamps that are very similar with different foliage or leaves like that. And so if that's something that you're interested in, I could potentially find that for you if you cannot find them yourself. So just drop me a note and I will do some looking. And if you are interested in knowing how I stamped those, I actually recently did a live over on my own Facebook group, Galaxy Girl Creations. There will be a link down below for that as well, if you want to go and join over there. And it's just a live of me making more of these leaves and chatting. There's nothing really earth-shattering in the live other than making the leaves, and I do talk a little bit about how I make them the gradient or two different colors. Without having like a line in between, if you don't know how to do that. So you can go and check that out. So these wood veneer pieces also come with sticky on the back. I don't know that they still do, but when I purchased this set about a year ago, they had sticky on the back. I think she might have changed either vendors or something, because I don't think they have the adhesive on the back already, but you know, it's not very hard to put a little adhesive on the back of a piece of wood. So, but that's what I was peeling off there, was the sticky protectant piece. So I'm just making sure that all of my little strips are tucked or are tacked down really well. And then I did find this little sticker that I think it says best day ever. And it really was like one of the best days of that trip, at least in my opinion. Because I love the ocean so much. So I thought I'd go ahead and use that sticker, and then I'm just going to add some sequins to kind of finish everything off. And the sequins are from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I got them in a kit a long time ago, because I started doing the scrapbooking for this album probably the beginning of 2020, if not the end of 2019, because we went on our trip October 2019. So it wasn't too far after that I started scrapbooking this, and I've kept my kit all together since then so that it all has kind of a cohesive feel, and the papers are similar or being used throughout the album here and there. And same with the sequin pack. It's been using the same sequin pack for the entire time. I am low on any of the green ones and the wood grain ones. I have plenty of the white ones, or the iridescent white, as you see there. And then I'm just going to ink up the outside edge of these papers. I'm not going to do where the two papers meet together. I'm just doing the three outer edges. And I'm pretty sure that's it, you guys. So here come the close-ups. Stick around for those. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, you can always leave those down below. And if you don't mind hitting like, I would really appreciate that. If you want some notifications, there's a bell down below that you can hit as well, so you get notified every time I post a new video, which is frequently. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe as well. I did finish off each of those clusters with a little gold Heidi Swap color shine, which I've been using throughout this album as well. So just adding to the cohesiveness of it. And that is it. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys again real soon. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.